Let's bring in Wealth Academy founder Rob Luna. I'm not sure how much of that discussion you heard there, Rob, and thanks for being here. But you know, if you look at, I kicked off the show with NVIDIA and AI. If you look at the market cap of technology stocks as a group, it just hit a record 44% of the S&P 500. That's an astronomical weighting. That is 12% above where we were after the dot-com bubble peaked. And that was in 2000. Anybody watching that's old enough to remember this remembers what happened when the bubble burst. What do you say here?
Yeah, I'm definitely old enough to remember, Cheryl. Anyway, and I hate to say it's different this time, but I think it really is different this time. When you look at companies like NVIDIA, Taiwan Semiconductor, they are reshaping the face of how everything is done. You know, you were talking about artificial intelligence. I had the great misfortune of flying on Southwest yesterday. I just wish at the counter I would have had some artificial intelligence to help me out. Employees are becoming so hard to find. And I think artificial intelligence not only is going to be making companies more profitable, I actually think for a lot of people, it's going to be a better experience. So I think more money is going to be continued to spend on technology. And I think even though it's 44% of the S&P 500, I think it will continue to get larger over the next year to 2 years.
All right, well, then let's go back to the elephant in everybody's room, and that's NVIDIA. So the market cap went above $3.3 trillion. They overtook Microsoft and Apple. They became the most valuable company in the world. A, were you surprised by this? B, the question has to be, is the stock overbought?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised in terms of the velocity that this stock has had. We've owned this stock for a long period of time. We haven't sold any yet, but I'd be lying to say we haven't been thinking about taking profits. Obviously, trees can't go to the sky, but when you look at Apple, when you look at Microsoft, those are two companies where you don't have to be with Apple, you don't have to be with Microsoft, but everything you're using these days with AI especially is going to have NVIDIA embedded in it. So the total market is much larger for it. I obviously love the stock. However, buying it when you see this type of run-up is a little bit scary. So I think for most people, if you're not in yet, you know, I look for a 10 to 15% pullback. Hopefully that comes. Well,
one of the picks that you like, a stock that you like, is Adobe. You say that that's a play on AI that really hasn't been explored yet. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, look, their chips, their AI is going to be more the creative side that NVIDIA is not doing. There's no one else that's doing it. I also think when you look at the addressable market for Adobe, right now you have to be pretty tech savvy. I think a lot of people, especially it seems like everyone these days are becoming a content creator. I think with AI, that's going to open up the market of what Adobe can do, who the customer share is. The stock is significantly underperformed, but their last earnings report was blowout. The stock's still down pretty much significantly on the year. So I think if you've been out of Adobe, you're looking for an entry point, I think this is a good one that's been overlooked by the market.
Last word, you mentioned content. You like Netflix, and it does seem that in the streaming wars that Netflix is really becoming the winner here.
Yeah, Netflix is an absolute beast. Now they have live sports, and the thing about live sports, that's going to put in advertising. Advertising is something that's a small part of revenue that I think will become a much larger part of revenue. I think, you know, Netflix, next 12 months, sees $800 a share.
Interesting. Okay, I happen to own that one. I may not have bought NVIDIA, but I did buy Netflix. Real quick, as we go, I got to tell you, Rob, United Airlines, they have a great app. Just try it. You get stuck somewhere, United Airlines is your friend.
Thanks, Cheryl.
All right, Rob Luna, thanks for being here.